welcome to Knit One,
Part 2, episode 94.
Yay!
First shout out, we want to say thank you to
Cynthia, Yesterday's Sorrows, for a donation to the podcast last week. We appreciate any amount that we get. Thank you very much. If you want to donate to the podcast, our button is over there.
Mm-hmm. We do appreciate it. All of the money that goes from the donation button goes back into the podcast to either buy prizes or pay for the expenses of recording, shipping, post office box, all of that stuff. And I'll talk about it a little bit more at the end, but if you buy anything from the Cafe Press store, we take a very small, tiny percentage of the cost, and that money also goes directly to the podcast.
Right.
So, but we do thank everybody who has bought things in the store last week, and thank you to Cynthia. That was really generous, and it helps us keep doing what we're doing.
Yep.
I wanted to say that we're still doing the Knit Pearl Girl Knit Along.
We were supposed to start a Knit Along for this January, but we haven't. So we'll start on February.
Yeah, I think we'll just finish up this Knit Along.
Yeah.
Because we were kind of running two at the same time.
So we'll do washcloths February and March. I have to think about what month comes after February.
Yeah.
We'll do a washcloth knit along February and March.
That'll be good, and then you can put them in your pile for later gift giving, and that'll get you started really early. But I have selected the prizes. I have found 2 skeins of yarn in my stash for the Knit Pearl Girl Knit Along. So and I'll be giving 2 prizes. So I'll show you those later, but I mean not today. Later.
We'll draw the names at the end of January.
Yes, and I'll show you. When I dig them out of my stash, I'll show you the prizes. And we have 1,126 members in our Ravelry group. So that was a happy thing.
So anyone who's joining us for the first time, thanks for checking us out. And anyone who watches us each and every week, we appreciate it.
We do appreciate it. We do this because we enjoy it, and it makes us happy that other people enjoy it too.
And we'll just touch upon it now. I start an externship the 21st, and that's Monday through Friday. So our recording day is going to change again. Yeah. But we think it's Saturday?
We think Saturday morning is probably. So instead of going up on Friday, we're probably going to go up on Saturday night. And we'll just play it by ear. We don't know. We have to see what works out for us. We're not going to stop recording, but it might be. We might have a weird recording schedule for a while until we figure out what works best. So that's all the news and shout outs. And I guess it's my turn to go first this week.
Yep.
So on the dance card, I got the usual suspects on the dance card. Grab my stuff. And I didn't work much on anything this week. I have Little Baddie, which is the shawl that I'm developing, and I am pleased to say that I did swatch for the lace edging. I did 2 different swatches. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet, but I'm working on it. So as soon as I get that solidified in my mind, it's hard for me to describe. In my head, I know how I want it to look, but I can't. I'm trying to work out a way to make that happen with the yarn. I haven't been able to find a lace stitch or an edging stitch, that looks at all like what I'm thinking of in my head. So I'm just messing around right now. I'm kind of in a holding pattern trying to figure out a way to make that happen. It's possible that it can't ever happen. Like maybe it only works in my brain, but I'm going to keep working on it. So that was Little Baddie in the Blue Moon Fiber Art Socks That Rock Lightweight Rookie Colorway on US 6 4mm needles. The other thing that's on the needles that I didn't bring out with me is the Aquaphobia socks, which are by Crystal Flanagan, and I'm doing them in Into the World Sock in the Muse colorway. Those are the socks that I'm going to use to do the short heel row tutorial, and that is happening today. I have a schedule. We're going to talk about it later, but that is happening. And the other last thing that I have on the needles, this is new. I've had to frog it. I am doing Worm by Katarina Knopp in Dream and Color Smooshie, Midnight Derby, and Leprechaun.
Oh, right, those colors.
Which are the leftovers. Yeah, the green and the blue. They're the leftovers from my Suki Charlotte. So this is the Midnight Derby. It's like a, there you go. That's a much better color. And this is the Leprechaun. And I have a ton of each left. So I decided that I would make a hat out of it. And this is the hat. This is what it looks like. There you go. And I am doing a 2-colored version. A lot of people have it on their pattern pages where the pearl bumps, the puffed up parts, are going to be navy blue, and in between is going to be the green as an accent. And I'm hoping I have enough yarn.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
Well, I have a lot of this yarn. I have more of the green yarn, and I'm kind of concerned that I'm going to run out of the navy blue yarn.
I don't think you will.
It's a lot, so. But anyway, yeah, it's been good. The only problem is that it is written for a sport weight yarn, and Dream Color Smooshy is a fingering weight yarn. So I have had to swatch. Well, first I just cast on because I didn't read the
Is
pattern.
it a free pattern?
Yes,
How many?
free.
How many does it say to cast on?
It says to cast on 100 for my size, which is the medium. So I was like, all right. So I cast on 100 because I didn't read the pattern, and it looked really small to me. So then I looked at the pattern and realized it was for sport weight. So I thought, oh, okay. So then I read how big the hat was supposed to be, the head size, and I cast on 150 stitches, which was, the swatch told me that's how many I needed to do for the circumference of the head. And that was huge. And then I realized that you need to make hats with negative ease or they are giant. So I ripped that out. Then I cast on 130 stitches because somebody else who did one out of Dream and Color cast on that many, and that was huge. So then I got smart and I decided to look at the gauge that they had in sport compared to my gauge with this, and it was only 1 stitch off per inch. So I actually need to cast on 116 stitches, and I upped it to 120 because
Even.
Well, it has to be a multiple of 10 in order for the pattern to work out. So I am now cast on 120 stitches, and I think this looks about right.
Yeah.
It's even a little big maybe, but it's going to have a doubled over brim, so that'll give it a little.
See, I probably would have just looked for a fingering size hat.
That's what I did. I looked for all the, it was, a lot of people don't tell you if it's fingering weight. Like you have to click.
Well, the one that I can think of right now is Sockhead.
Oh, yeah, I looked at Sockhead, but I liked the way that this was 2 colors.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying just to get the size of the...
Oh, I didn't think of doing that. What I should have done is after I took my gauge swatch, I should have just done what I finally did, which was look at the gauge that was required to get the appropriate size, figure out how much mine was different, and then do the calculations. Duh.
So mine's much easier. I don't even bother with that. I just look at a hat that I know is fingering weight, like the Sockhead hat.
Yeah.
All right, that cast on this much.
So I don't know how this is going to work out, but I have ripped it out like 3 times, and I'm not going to rip it out again. So if this is giant, it's just going to be a giant hat. But I really love the look of this. I had a hat out of Dream and Color Smooshy called the Guinan hat, which was
Cat Brigade. Sorry.
Cat Brigade?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you were talking about this hat. I'm
no,
like,
the cats. I mean, they had to have heard that. It was like a stampede.
You were having some kind of a stroke. I'm like,
No.
what? Cat Brigade? What does that mean?
It's a stampede for Pete's sake.
Yeah, they're playing. I had a hat called Guinan, also a free pattern. Guinan. It's very similar to this, and the moss got it last year, and I threw it out because I'm no longer trying to repair things that are moth-eaten, unless they are a lot more elaborate than a hat. So,
I keep forgetting. I have your bag.
Oh, did you felt it?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
ages
cool.
ago.
Did it work? Did the holes close up?
Yeah, I don't think I'd give it as a gift.
Well, I'm not gonna give it as a gift.
I keep forgetting that it's downstairs. That's
Oh,
right.
well, bring my hat.
I will.
So anyway,
Bag, by the way, not a hat.
Bag. Bring my bag. So anyway, that's what I have on here. This is gonna be a nice replacement for Guinan, and it will match my Suki shawl that I showed you last week, which I have worn quite a bit this week. It's a nice little like neck scarf. Yeah, it's good. And it's a nice pop of color. So that's all I have on the dance card that's active right now.
Oh, sure, and I just...
Right when you get there.
I know, I wasn't thinking, So I'm still working on my Clapotis, but I've made some good progress. I would have been finished.
Yes, you would have been twice.
Well, no, I didn't rip it back yet.
Oh, okay.
I only ripped it back once. So let me just get to a point where I'm not going to lose my stitch markers, my needles. So this is what it looks like. I have a little bit left.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. I thought I did it right. I must have calculated wrong. I don't know. I don't know what I did. Yeah, I know I calculated wrong. I don't know. So anyways, this is my scarf so far. This looks really, really good.
I love the colors.
I don't know where I was last week, but this is where the join is of the two skeins. I'm almost done here. You can see I'm on my decrease. You can see the little square where it's starting to look like a, the scarf part.
Yeah.
So I don't have that much left. I may make it, or I may make it with like just a smidgen off. So I got to the straight section and I started decreasing. I was at work and I realized I'm not going to have enough yarn. So what I did is I ripped back to one repeat less than where I started decreasing. I measured my skein, and I should have had plenty.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm still thinking I may run out.
I don't know. How much do you have left?
I have this much. It's kind of hard to tell because I'm in the middle, so I apologize. I have this much left. I may have just enough.
You may.
Because I'm decreasing one stitch each row, so 2 stitches each back and forth.
You might have enough.
I may have just enough. And if not, it would be like a little corner that I don't think would make a difference.
No, I don't think it would either.
So I am determined to finish this and block it.
Good.
I like this. I will definitely be doing another one.
Yeah.
Not right away, but although maybe. Not right away. I have something else I want to do. I already had. It'll be in my my future dates. But I really like it. The good thing is I'll talk about that in Gossip and Innuendo and Crushes and Heartbreaks. But yeah, so when it's blocked, it's going to be nice.
It's going to be a nice long pretty
and I love
scarf.
The colors.
I adore the colors. Those are gorgeous.
I think the person that's going to get it will like them too.
I think so too. In fact, I know so.
I do too. So yeah, that's all I have.
Okay, so that was not much on the needles.
No, anyway. I should bring my socks. I may have more progress on socks.
Yeah, I hope so, because you need them at your job.
That'll be discussed in Crushes and Heartbreaks.
So rate your date. I have one date to rate that you've never seen before, and one old date that I worked on that I wanted to show you the progress. So this is the Damask shawl by Kitman Figueroa. Look how pretty
You didn't cast that on before last week?
Oh no, they've seen this as a what I'm saying is you've never seen this FO before. The other FO that I have to show you, you've seen before because I've shown it before. But
the way you said it for some reason was like, no, I thought you had cast on, like you had cast on after the show.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure this I had.
No, you did. I'm pretty sure you did.
Yeah, what a fast knit this was. Look how pretty.
It is pretty.
It's gorgeous. Whoops. This is Damask by Kitman Figueroa, which is a paid pattern on Ravelry, and I believe it's $6. And it was gifted to me by Cookie Lady Knits. Thank you very much. I enjoyed every minute of it. And I knitted out of Mad Colored Fiber Arts Merino Silk Angora Blend in the Bloody Hell colorway. And this is my hand spun. So I was trying to spin for a lace weight hand spun, but after I finished it, it puffed up to more of a fingering weight, which worked out great because this shawl is gorgeous. It's so soft and it's just the right size to like cuddle around your neck. Haven't woven the ends in because I just blocked it last night. But yeah, it's really pretty. I just love it. So, and I adore Kitman Figueroa patterns. This, I just want to show you this. It looks really complicated, but it isn't. It was a very easy pattern to follow. It makes a lot of visual sense. If you can read your knitting, this pattern makes a lot of visual sense as you're knitting. The only thing that might turn some people off is it does have nups, which are, or noops. I think they're pronounced noops. I don't really know how you pronounce it. I call them nups, but I think they might really be pronounced noops. But you make 7 stitches out of one, and then on the back side you purl the 7 stitches together, and they make a little bump
You've
like
done
that
before, haven't you?
Yes, and I have something to report. I have never been able to do nups 7 out of 7. I've done smaller nups with a knitting needle. I have always used the smallest crochet stitch that I own, which is a way to just, I would stick that through and just pull the loop through. But on my signatures, I was able to do these no problem because those things are pointy.
Yes.
So those are my US 6 4mm signatures. Those are that, and that's even kind of a big needle, you know, but the pointiness, I had no problems. I have never been able to just knit along and do nups, and I could with that.
Oh,
so
good.
Another reason why signatures are probably, you know,
the bomb.
If only they didn't cost so much.
I know. They're
so pricey, but I think my goal is to collect them slowly over years and get it, and you know, because they're just really wonderful. So yeah, I love it. I love how it came out. I love that this is in my hand spun. And you know, I was a little nervous because some of my hand spun was thick and thin, but you can see in the finished object, it looks, you can see a few little slubs, but it looks good. So I know some people out there get concerned when their hand spinning isn't really totally consistent. When you knit it up, it I don't know, it's like it evens out a lot of the issues. Unless it's extremely thick and thin, you're not really going to notice it so much. And I just love it, and it's super soft.
Yeah, it is. I gotta be careful. I
know.
I have
you might
allergies.
Be allergic to
well,
that.
I have certain things that irritate my face very much lately.
So that was that, and that's done. That took me just over a week.
It's not bad.
It was so fast. What a great knit, and I'm so happy because I have 2 more Kitman patterns that I have received. So I'm like, I'm gonna do those soon. The next time I get the urge to do lace. The last Rate My Date, if you recall, I did Crosswords at the Coffee Shop by Carrie Steinmetz, and I did it in Cascade Pastaza that was gifted to me by Emily, who is the lady from Alaska who also printed out my ebook for me, and she also just did her own pattern, the Alpine Ridge socks.
Oh, all right.
So thank you for that yarn. So I knitted it, and I don't know if you saw the episode where I talked about it, the edge curled because I didn't do garter at the edge.
Doesn't call for it though, right?
It says that you can if you want to, but she said hers didn't curl, so she didn't do it. And I was lazy, so I didn't do it, and then mine curled. So I need to block it again, but a friend of mine told me a really good crochet stitch to use on the edge that might make it more stable and less twirly. It needs to be blocked because the shawl is it's still curling. I mean, because the fabric is curled. But it's called crab stitch.
Kind of looks like an I-cord.
It looks like a little, like a bumpy I-cord. I think it's kind of pretty. And the way that you do it is you do 1 row of regular crochet across the edge of your garment, and then instead of turning the work, you work backwards from left to right. It's like crocheting backwards almost.
Almost like, no, I was going to say Tunisian, but that's not Tunisian.
No. There are some tutorials. I found a YouTube tutorial to show me how to do it. My friend had showed it to me a few weeks ago, but I didn't really remember it. So I'm going to block it, and I'll let you know how that turns out. I did try just doing 2 rows of single crochet, and it curled. It was like rolling up like there was no tomorrow. And this seems to be more stable. So I'm going to block it and see if it helps at all, and I'll keep you updated just in case anybody had a similar issue with their knit-along shawl. That if they did this shawl, it's a potential option for you to use to straighten it out.
Good.
And it didn't take that long. I always say this. I know that a lot of people feel really confused by crochet or like it's fiddly. There are people that really, there are people who love crochet and would never knit, and people who knit who would never crochet. But a lot of people, when I talk about crochet, say, oh, it's so hard. But if you at least learn how to do single crochet, it is so easy and fast to crochet an edge on something that needs to be tightened up or stabilized. Sometimes you make a neck and it stretches way out, and if you just crochet one row of single crochet on there, it's just a good tool to have in your...
Oh, it has its purposes, and there are times when crocheting is just kind of nice and relaxing.
Yeah, I love crocheting.
But
I do both.
Me, my problem is I just could never keep the edges straight. That was my problem.
Oh, yeah. I adore
knitting
crochet.
To me was just easier.
I adore crochet, and I like to crochet, so I'm both. I'm a crocheter and a knitter. But for those people who are knitters who, don't want to try it, it is good to know that one thing. It's really easy to crochet a single crochet stitch, and it's a really easy fix if you have an edge that needs stabilizing. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. Anyway, that's all I have for Rate My Date. Do you have anything?
No.
No. All right, Whirlwind Romance. I don't have anything to show you, but I just wanted to update you that I am still working on my Diabolical Yarns Portuguese Merino and the Flower Shop Inferno colorway. And I actually talked to Rachel this week, and she is dyeing more Flower Shop Inferno for me so that I can have extra. I like to have extra. I'm one of those people that always buys 200 to 500 yards extra of yarn just in case. Just in case I decide I want to put a cable on somewhere, or who knows. I just like having that buffer.
And I'm always the opposite.
Yeah, you buy the minimum and hope. So, yes, and thank you, Rachel. That is really nice that you would let me. She lets me pester her and say, "Can you make this for me?" But I am so excited to start knitting that sweater.
Good.
I can't wait. So I have 4 skeins done, and I'm about to start on the 5th skein. So I'm getting there.
That's good.
So that's all I have for Whirlwind Romance. I know you don't have a Whirlwind Romance.
No, but I was thinking about my spindle the other day.
Oh, you thinking about it? Thinking that you'd like to throw it away?
No, I would
you thinking
sell
about
it.
using it? Selling it, thinking about that's not a romance.
No,
that's a breakup.
I wouldn't sell it right now.
I love that spindle.
I do too.
You need to use it more.
I know.
You would love it more if you used it.
I probably would.
So
someday.
When you have more time. Future dates. I am going to be casting on this week the Shipwreck Shawl.
It's about time.
I know. Well, it's only been a week. I was supposed to start in January.
No,
it's
but
still
you kept
January.
talking about it.
I know, because I've had the stuff for a while, but here it is. Fiber Trail, Spirit Trail, Fiberworks, Fiber Trail. Fiber Trail Spirit Works. Spirit Trail Fiberworks Clotho in the Ancient Stones colorway. I need to wind it up. This is skein 1. So pretty. And I have everything ready. I just need to cast it on. I was a slacker, so I didn't do it this week. And the other thing that I'm going to cast on is In the Pink. I told you about that. By Izzy Knits, because I want to do another one of those spiral shawls. If you look at my project page, right. I did one out of black and white Zoberball. I am doing another one. I gave that to my mom. I'm doing another one for myself out of the denim one. But I think it's going to be a while before I cast that on, because I have been doing a lot of lace lately, and I think that the Shipwreck shawl is going to be epic. Yeah. And long, and I probably won't feel much like knitting lace. So I think before you see In the Pink, you're probably going to see a sweater on the needles. And there are 2 that I'm thinking of doing. So I'll talk about that when I figure it out later. But anyway, that's all I have for future dates.
And my future dates, I'm going to use this yarn when I plan my future dates, it's not always about projects. It's mostly about yarn. I know other people do differently.
Yeah.
But mine is usually I think of a yarn that I want to use.
And you try to think of something to use.
Yeah, I go crazy looking for something. So I decided that I'm going to cast on with this
yarn.
That yarn. It's Good Karma Farms. I got this at Spa last year.
Yeah.
It's worsted, maybe more. No, it's a worsted. It's a worsted weight, maybe more of an Aran, but.
Let me see. It's so puffy, it's hard to tell. Yeah, it's a worsted.
It's 220 yards, so I was trying to find something to cast on where I don't do hats. Hat was definitely out of the question. And this is, there's certain yarns that will never go to anyone, or at least not until I wear it for maybe once or twice and then realize, yeah, I'm not going to wear this again. So this is going to be a cowl. I've done one of these before and I gave it away, so I'm doing a bandana
Ooh, I knew it was going to be that.
cowl.
That is such a good, that's a good pick for that yarn.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm doing the bandana cowl.
The banana.
I know.
The banana cowl.
It's going to be a banana
yellow.
cowl.
It's the banana cowl.
So if anyone's seen this cowl, it's actually...
It's really nice.
It really is. It's a free pattern. And what it is it short rows down on the bottom to create the point.
Which is great if you have a coat and you want it unbuttoned a little bit. It's still
To tuck
covering
it
your
in.
chest. Yeah.
So
I really
think
like
if I recall, I couldn't remember who I gave it to, but I just remembered. I gave it to my coworker and she didn't know how to wear it.
Stick your head in the tube, sister.
Well, she wasn't sure if it was like a hat or something.
Like a scarf.
I'm like, okay. So, but if I recall correctly, I think I wanted to decrease so that it kind of stands up on its own here.
Right.
So it's smaller. But the cowl, I believe, calls for, sorry, I got to try a bulky weight.
I think you'll be okay with this.
It was bulky weight on US 10. So I'm going to maybe just increase a few stitches and do it on US 8. And this is really soft. This is, what is this? Wool and alpaca.
Yes, and Good Karma is going to be at the spa again this year.
So I figured yeah, I'm having a hard
You
time.
can't talk!
The doldrums of
Oh,
winter.
yeah.
There we go.
That will get it right up. That
Yeah.
color is good on you, too. I love that
And
color.
since I'm going back to the workforce type of deal, I'll have more reasons to wear stuff
Yeah,
like
because
this.
you'll have to go outdoors every day on your way to your job.
Early in the morning.
Or very early in the
So this will be the next thing I cast on. It's funny because lately, I don't know about you, we were VKN and somebody ran off to skein a thing of yarn. I haven't been skeining. I've been at work and just balling it because it's easier.
Oh, yeah.
Or convenient, I should say. Not necessarily easier.
Yeah,
but,
I only ball yarn by hand if there's absolutely no access to a skeiner and if I just want to torture myself.
And this project will be in my piping plover bag. Is it piping plover?
I found mine, by the way.
The plover bird, I'm sorry.
Plover bird bag.
And this has nice pockets on one side, which is nice. And
I found mine. I had left it in the gift bag. We have a gift bin. I left it in there because I think I showed it at Sheila's house and then I forgot to take it out again.
And this is my stitch. Remember these?
Yeah, and it got busted.
Yeah, well, I lost a snowflake. A friend of ours gave this from Seven Yak Designs, and it's got all the needle sizes in it, and I lost a branch. But it's funny because I got 7 here and 9 here, so I know if they don't fit in that, I know it's 8.
Do you remember the one where it had the little man that you stabbed with the things?
I still have mine.
Yeah, I had mine. I sat on it and I broke the man in half. And I gave one to my mom because she loved it so much. Our friend gave me the little stabbing
Lara
man
gave
guy.
it to us.
And then I bought one for my mom because she liked it so much. My mom sat on hers and broke hers in half too. So I'm like, now we both have the metal ones. The little metal ones. From,
I have one.
Deborah's Garden.
Yeah. Lara gave me. I need to get one of those.
I love the Deborah's Garden ones. They're in like you can't break them.
Yeah, they're in like aluminum or something. Lara gave me one like this too that's in the shape of a heart.
Aww.
So I need to actually put... It's funny because I always put them somewhere and I never remember where. And I just saw the heart today and I'm like, I got to remember that and put that somewhere.
I'm going to show you the Deborah's Garden one because
it looks like a A snail.
A snail, kind of. You can wear it as a necklace. She makes a necklace version, and she makes a sterling silver version, too.
Yeah, really nice. You can find them at Yarn and Fiber Company.
Yes. I have two. That's what they look like.
One in metric and one in
I have
US.
one for metric and one for US. So, yeah. And I keep them pinned to the inside of my needle bag because I can't tell which size these needles are without sizing them. So I just have them pinned in there.
Well, that's my problem is like my needles are scattered. I don't know why because I haven't been knitting on a ton of projects.
Yeah.
So I can't seem to find my 7 needles. My good 7 needles.
And this is my my little bag. Do you remember the name of the lady?
No.
Where did I get this?
She gave it to you or you bought
I
it?
bought it and I can't think of the name of the designer now, which is making me sad. It'll come to me.
There's no name on it?
No. It'll come to me. Awesome. Awesome. Something awesome.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, I love this little needle case because it's so compact.
So do you have any future dates?
I already said my future dates.
You did?
I did.
Oh, that's right. You went first.
So, the next thing is Baubles and Bling. Oh, I have to run over and get my Bauble and Bling.
I don't have any Baubles and Bling, I don't think. Do I?
Keep them entertained while I go over here.
That could be dangerous.
I forgot to show this. I forgot to show this last week.
Is that Into the World?
It's my Into the World December Club. It's on Mash'em and it's called Into the Wood.
It's what? On Mash'em?
Mash'em. It's a long staple.
Oh.
It's very long. It's got a pretty long staple. Let's pull some out.
It is long.
It's a pretty long staple. Well, I love how it feels. I think it feels really good. And I love these colors. See if I can get them to true up a little. It's like a pale brownie peach and purple and a deep burgundy. And it's my kind of colors. So I really love this. I have loved just about every color that we've gotten from this club.
That's good.
I know. I think Chris must like the same colors as me.
Probably.
But I got a double dose again, and I got it last week, and I forgot to bring it to Sheila's house to show. Or I got it before last week. I got it in December, but because we did the we skipped a week, I forgot about bringing it. And then when I was going through to do my organization, I remembered. So yeah, you've probably seen that on everybody else's podcast already, but I just wanted to show it for those of you who hadn't seen it. So that is my monthly fiber club, and I got 4 patterns this week that were given to me, and I have them all queued up. The first one is Cladonia by Kristen Kapoor. I received this. Whoa!
You need to figure out how to deal with that one.
Yeah, why do I keep doing that? I keep shooting it forward like that. There we go. This is Cladonia by Kristen Kapoor. This was given to me by Bella Socks, and I thank you very much because I think it's gorgeous. And the funniest thing is when I was having lunch with Melissa from His and Hers podcast 2 weekends ago, she was wearing this, and I was like, I totally want to make that. And then I got the pattern. It was like from my lips to God's ears. So that was number 1. The next thing that I got, speaking of Melissa from His and Hers podcast, is I was given the Breakwater sweater by Cecily Glowick McDonald. It's a fingering weight sweater. This is one I might cast the sweater on in February, and if I do, I'm going to rip out my Myrtle cardigan that I loathed and that could fit on like a woman 7 times my size, and it's in a beautiful cashmere blend string theory yarn. I'm gonna rip that out, and I'm gonna knit this sweater out of the yarn from that. So that's a really good, that'll make me feel positive. It's taken me a while to be able to rip that out. Sheila will tell you. I knew I was gonna rip it out, but
yeah, I think that was one of the first sweaters you knit on the podcast.
Yeah, and no, I didn't. I knit it before the podcast, but I showed it on the podcast so you could see how horrible it was. The next thing I got was Talam by Carol Feller, and this was gifted to me by Tina from she's Blooming Knitter, and she's from the podcast Knitting Blooms.
Yes, I have a gift from her too.
And I love that too. This is so pretty. So that is definitely on my list for soon. And then my last one is from my friend Lisa, and she knows I pressed on the close button. She knows I love some Kitman Figueroa, so she got me Thorn by Kitman Figueroa, and that will be my third pattern because I also own Damask, Thorn, and the one that Looney Hiker Pat gave me a few months ago. Yeah, isn't that pretty?
Mm.
I like her stuff. She does very textural lace. And I found, I'm hoping this will be the same, but the one that I showed you, Damask, you cast on for the edging and you knit in.
Mm.
And so right about the time when you're starting to be tired of the project, it's flying because the rows are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So I really enjoy knitting a bottom-up shawl. Yeah, I really do. So thank you, Lisa, Tina, Melissa, and Bella Socks for sending me lovely patterns.
I got a pattern from Tina on Random Active Pattern on Tuesday, and I got the Weekend Shawl by
I have that
Annie
one. Annie
Luquito.
Luquito.
It's a nice, pretty red shawl.
Yes, I have that one. It's a nice pattern.
Yeah, it takes, I think I have, what's it, fingering? Must be. Fingering, yeah. Fingering or lace. Shawl. 614 to 750 yards. And I have one colorway that has that.
Cool.
Wool Eyes.
Yeah, I was thinking wool eyes.
I know, I always say, oh, I'll use that for my wool eyes. I'll use that for my wool.
Never use the wool eyes. Probably because wool eyes is so horrible to knit with.
I don't think, you haven't even knit with it yet. You haven't.
Is that true?
Yes.
I don't think that's true. I think I knit one thing in wool eyes.
What?
I'm trying to remember.
I don't think you have.
I
You had intentions to, but you never did.
I swear I knit socks out of wool eyes.
Nope.
You're probably right. I don't know.
No, I've knit with wool eyes a couple of times, and I don't find it horrible to knit with. I enjoy knitting with it. I just have a minimal amount of it that I don't necessarily want to give up.
Yeah.
I've given a few skeins away, but this one I have 3 skeins of the La Digitessa colorway,
yeah.
which would make it 1,500 yards.
Yeah.
Roughly.
That'd be good news.
Well, I
could
could
do
make 2 of those.
You could do one of those on something else.
But I haven't found something that just calls for it yet. I was going to do the tide pool shawl with that. It's a circular shawl.
Wow. That would be very pretty.
It would be. But, so thank you, Tina. I appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you, everybody.
And I'm looking for something.
Are there any more baubles and bling to share?
Baubles and bling? No, I don't think
I have
so.
a baubles and bling for you.
Yes,
Because
I don't have any for you. I apologize.
That's okay. It's not. It's not.
I can't even say it's the thought.
I was gonna say it's a thought that counts. But it's. I mean, it's all about giving the gift, not receiving.
I know. I just feel bad.
Do not feel bad. I don't care.
I know you don't. But
So this is the gift that I forgot to bring to Sheila's house last week. Merry Christmas! in January, there's 2 things in there.
I'll go for the obvious.
Yeah.
And I pulled up the project page, by the way.
Oh. I believe you. I'm saying I believe you.
Because I know you. If you were knitting with wool mice, we all would have heard about it.
Probably.
Oh,
I know you like that one too.
I do.
The third one that I got from that, I'm giving away as a prize.
Huh.
Sorry.
If I get to it first. And the winner is
Sheila.
Oh, swap it. Thank you. I love this color.
Yeah, I think that's really pretty. I know I won't use it.
I know, I gotta start using my, here's another thing. You won't use your Sundara. I won't use my Blue
I
Moon.
know. What's wrong with us?
I don't know. I
So,
don't know, because
yeah.
I really do enjoy knitting with it. Thank you very much.
And
then
then
this one's got a story
this
to
has
it.
a story behind it. So you have to open it first and show what it is. I might have to explain what it is. So
Okay.
let me explain the card first. It's a Dunkin' Donuts card. I was going to get you my traditional Amazon card, but I did not because I want to encourage you not to read so much anymore. And you're going to need some caffeine on your early morning
Yeah,
drives.
tea anyways. I'm trying not to drink coffee.
And then this is the second thing that I got you.
I like the kitties.
These are Good Luck kitties, you know, the little, these are those Chinese Good Luck kitties. Let me just tell you the story behind this. So, Rachel, who's also known, I made you a thing to hang on your car too.
Oh, okay.
And that is a Chinese Good Luck knot. Now, let me just tell you.
Kim has one of these hanging.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I made it myself.
Yeah, on his car, though. I mean,
yeah.
No, you see
can
these
use
a
it
lot.
as a bookmark too.
No, I'll hang it in my car.
It's a Chinese Good Luck knot. Let me just tell you the story of this. First of all, it all started when Rachel, who is also Diabolical Yarn, she had a picture on Flickr of a stitch marker that had one of these. It wasn't this exact same one, but one of these little Good Luck cats. And so
did you make this?
I did. I made them. So when I saw it, I was like, "Oh my gosh, where did you get it? I have to give these to Sheila because I think she would love them." So she said that it was not a paid thing, but that her friend made them, but her friend didn't have a store. So when I heard that, I started looking online to try to find these little beads, and to find them where they didn't cost the earth or have to be shipped from China, because I was doing this like 2 weeks before Christmas. And finally I found a guy in California who was selling them, so I ordered them. The king was 6, and I used to make stitch markers and sell them, so I made them with my own little hands. But I got the first issue. Well, then I got an email from Rachel introducing me to the woman that made hers so that I could ask her to make some for me, but by then I had already ordered, so it was too late. So first thing that happened is when I got them in the mail is they're really big. These are big. Like, if you put them, they're big.
Yeah, they are.
They're a lot bigger than they looked in real life. I mean, on the computer. In real life, they're a lot bigger. So I was like, oh man, these are going to be kind of heavy. So I knew I had to put them on a bigger stitch circle so that you could use them on heavier needles. And I'm like, well, you know, it's the thought that counts. So then I went to, then I got this idea in my brain that I was going to make this, which is the Good Luck knot. The Good Luck knot. And I was going to make something that she could hang from her car. So I was like, yeah, that's a really good idea. So I went to Joanne Fabric, and I knew I was going to get like this silky pearl cotton to tie the knot, because I'm like, oh yeah, that'll look really good, and I'm going to get it in red because red is the good luck color, and you know, I have 6 of these, so I'll make 5 stitch markers. So, and I had also noticed that the bottom hole in these was very big, so I needed a big bead to keep them from falling off the stitch marker. So I was like, I'm going to get some beads. I need to get some circles to put them on, and I'm going to get this pearl cotton. So I did that, and I came home, and I was like, I'm ready to go. So I went online, I found a tutorial on how to tie a Good Luck knot, and now I can totally tie, because I had to tie it like 50 times to get it right. So I was really excited that I learned that. But I quickly realized that the pearl cotton I bought was way too thin and was not going to work. So then I said, ooh, I'll just braid the cotton. So I had to braid, I think it was like 6 strands of the pearl cotton together to get this thickness. So that took me quite some time. But I did it. I'm like, no problem, because the hole in the bottom of this guy is really big, so it's not a big deal. So I did that. Then I got done. I tied the knot. And then I realized what I hadn't noticed before is that the hole in the top of this is very small. and not at all the same size as the giant hole in the bottom. So it took me almost an hour to figure out how to thread this thing onto this very thick, which is why it's not quite as lovely as it could have been, because towards the end I was like, ugh. And then I made these. So these are your good luck kitties.
Thank you.
I thought you would like them because I know you like those things. And you can hang one in your car. And the way that you can hang them in your car is you loop. Yeah, just do that loop like that.
Yeah.
And the other ones, if you knit something big, you can use them.
That would be good, like for a stitch marker for a hat or a sweater.
Or you could put one on your key ring or something. But
I'd be afraid to put it on my key ring.
They're so big.
I'd be afraid. No, I don't think they're that big.
I was like so excited. I'm like, this is great. I'm gonna make them. And then I'm gonna make this Chinese knot. It was just like, now if I ever had to do it again, like I totally would go. Like I would know what to do. But so I hope you like it.
I do like them. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Thank you. Merry belated Christmas.
Merry belated Christmas. Sorry, yeah. I meant to get them to her last week, but I totally forgot. Oh, I forgot to show the other thing that I forgot to show for Baubles and Bling last week.
You showed that last week.
Did I show this last week?
I thought you did.
I showed it to you. I don't know if I showed it last week, but this is my out of print Japanese Stitch Dictionary, Knitting Patterns book 250 that I have not been able to find anywhere. And that my friend Paulette found for me on Etsy. I've seen it for $125. That is the cheapest I've seen it. My friend Paulette found it for me on Etsy for $25 plus shipping. So I was very excited about that. So that is all that we have for Baubles and Bling,
yes.
I think. The next thing is Gossip and Innuendo, and I have a few things on that.
We never did the Crushes and Heartbreaks, by the way.
Oh, we didn't. We just skipped that. Okay, Crushes and Heartbreaks. Sorry. Man, I was thinking we were running short. Now I'm going to have to talk really fast. Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you the Gossip and Innuendo first and make it really fast, and that way we can finish up with the Crushes and Heartbreaks.
All
right. Spa Knit and Spin Retreat is in Freeport, Maine on February 1 through 3, and it's sponsored by the New England Textile Arts Network. I'm going to go up there. I think Sheila's going to try to come, depending on what her schedule is. On the Saturday of that weekend, which is the 2nd, and I will post a thread in the group closer to the date if there's anybody who's also going who wants to make a time to meet up to say hello and get a button. The other thing that's coming up is the North Shore Yarn Crawl.
Oh yeah, that's right. I got an email on that.
Yes, it's from March 14th to 17th, and it's held at various yarn stores on the North Shore of Massachusetts.
We didn't do it last year.
Yeah, and I don't think we're going to do it this year, but...
I certainly don't need yarn.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think it's kind of played out, but if you haven't been on it before, it's a lot of fun. A lot of the stores have discounts for the shoppers that come in, and all of them have the opportunity to win prizes.
Yes.
So, there's a website, if you search on North Shore Yarn Crawl 2013. They haven't put up a lot of the details yet, but that'll be coming as they get it more organized. I already talked about this, but t-shirts are for sale. We make less than $4 per item, and it's scaled. On some things we make less than $1, because I want to keep the prices low, because I know if you're buying that, it's because you enjoy it. And but the money, the little percentage that we do get does go into the podcast, and I will be putting up more slogans over the next few weeks. It's a part of my plan. The last thing I wanted to say under Gossip and Innuendo is don't forget the SSK thread in our group. We're not going to be at SSK, but we made a thread so that people who are in the group that want to maybe try to meet each other or get together during SSK can do that. You can post in there. But I also wanted to let you know, feel free to start a thread for any event that you're attending that other people might be interested in attending or going to. It's a great way to meet people that have the same interests with you. And don't be shy. Just start it up, because you could be surprised. You might find that 5 or 6 people, you could meet up with are going to the same event. Excuse me, the last thing, because I totally skipped over it, because I can't read my own show notes, is Crushes and Heartbreaks. I'm going to make mine really quick because Sheila has a really good crush this week. My big crush right now is trying to get organized. I try to do this every January. 2 years ago, I organized my exercise and my diet, and I lost a lot of weight, and I was really happy with that. Last year, I started doing the same thing, and then blew my knee out. And I was telling Sheila, I feel like 2012 was all about having a busted up leg.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I just feel detached from everything. I just feel like it ruined everything. Now that it's better, I'm organizing myself again. And I got this great app. It's called Awesome Note, and it is for the iPad, but they also have a computer and an iPhone version. And I think they probably have it. They have it in other phones
Google
too.
versions too.
Yeah, they have other versions too. And what it does is it allows you to make up categories. So I have a goal chart where I list my goals. I have like 7 or 8 goals for every, I guess I have 9 goals for every day. I try to meet as many of those goals as I can, and they're really simple goals like drink 64 ounces of water, complete at least one chore that needs to be done in the house, clean for at least 15 minutes, work out for 30 minutes. I have remember to take my meds because I've been having problems remembering my meds, and it's making me crazy, crazier than I already am. Tracking my food, that kind of stuff. And I've been sticking to it now for 4 days, 5 days actually. And it's been working out really great. And the other thing is this syncs with my calendar. So I can see on, if I look on the plan, I can see everything that I need to do today, all of my goals that I need to meet, all of my scheduled events. Everything is all on one page. I have, and you can make different tabs. It's totally customizable. I have a to-do list that tells all the little odds and ends of things that I need to remember to do. And I have a work tab that I can put deadlines and schedules for projects and things that I'm working on. I have one for thoughts where I can clip pictures. You can clip pictures, articles, you can attach all that stuff. It's kind of like having a desktop where you stuff things into folders. And I have a diary where I am trying to write down something every day just to keep track of things that happen. I kind of want to see if I can figure out, when I'm feeling depressed and see if there's some kind of correlation to it, because I have these days where I just feel horrible and I don't know why, and this might help figure it out. And then I have a scrap folder. If I find an interesting article that doesn't fit anywhere and I want to save it for future reference, I can clip it in that folder. So it costs $4.99 for the full version.
That would be her phone.
But that's from Melissa. She hopes we're recording. Yes, we are right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that it's going to do it on this too. So anyway, it's $4.99 to buy this app, but you can get a light version for free to try it out.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend it. And Sheila, that's my crush for the week.
My crush is I finally got a phone call from the externship. So I will be doing my externship at Braintree Rehab starting on January 21st, which is orientation from 8 to 1. And then my externship will be from 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'll be leaving my house at 4, getting up anywhere between 3:30 and 4, depending on how prepped I got the night before. And then I'll be working Friday nights and Saturday nights overnight because I have to make money. I'm excited about this. I talked to the woman. It's an inpatient program with people who've had a lot of long recovery, strokes or whatever. So I will be getting a lot of experience. And she goes, not to be cliched, but if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. So it sounds like it's going to be really good for my resume as well. So I start that in 2 weeks.
That's exciting.
She said to bring stuff. She goes, if you're studying for the exam, because there's an exam to become a certified phlebotomist, which I have to talk to my school for that. Bring it, or books or anything, because she goes, there is some downtime. She said, I don't want you sewing out there, so I may be bringing my knitting, because that's really easy enough.
Yeah.
So we'll see. That might be where I do my sock.
Cool.
A plain old sock.
That's super exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm nervous about it.
Yay.
But excited about it, so.
But as a result, we haven't decided when we're going to be able to record.
No, we'll have to figure it out. We've been playing with afternoons.
I mean, the problem is that we both have kids who are in school, and it would mean kind of having a play date with them once a week, which works out for 2 of our 4 kids.
Yeah, well, yeah, but my oldest one is so easy now that it's not even.
Well, and my youngest one is easy, but I just feel bad
They
making them
actually
do it
play
every
well
week.
together.
They do play really well together, but I feel bad making them do it every week.
So
I think it might get old for them.
Yeah. And so we'll just have to figure it out because it could be a Saturday or Sunday morning, but trying to travel to either one's house.
I know. Now I'm worried that you're going to be so tired on those mornings that you won't want to do it.
I don't know. It's going to be some.
I think in my head it's either going to be Saturday morning or it's going to be Monday afternoon. Does Monday afternoon?
I don't know. Monday afternoon is going to be tough because I would have worked Friday night and Saturday night, gotten minimal sleep, then getting up on Monday morning at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. Monday. I don't know. We'll play it by ear.
Figure it out. It just means that our schedule is going to be weird for a little bit. So.
And then maybe a week or 2 where it's just going to be Wendy.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, we'll work it out. She won't always have to be working 2 jobs.
No.
Eventually, she will just have the one job, and then things will be more
stable,
hopefully. And she won't have the issue that she has with the overnights.
Yeah.
So, bear with us. We're gonna make it work.
We're gonna get it through.
And I think that's all I have.
That's all I have.
So, thanks again for watching, and have a great week.
And with heart.
And with heart. Bye.